Hi guys, I'm Pratik from LWP Labs. So in this video now, I'm going to be discussing about the another SQL server deployment option, SQL Elastic Pool. So what we are going to be doing is we are going to create multiple databases, or I can say multiple single instance databases, and make the first two. So we're going to make single databases inside a single Elastic Pool, and the third one separate. So making sure that the first two Elastic pools are sharing the same resources. So we'll start off by creating the SQL databases. So we have seen in our previous video how we can create a single instance database. So we'll go create a SQL databases. So I'm using the Microsoft Learn Sandbox. So the subscription is already chosen as concierge, and I'm going to be choosing my resource group as the learn. So I'm going to give a resource name. I mean the database name. I'm going to give it as DB101. Okay, that should be good. Now I'm going to choose a server. So I'll create a server. Give it as DB SVR101. Okay, so that should be good. I'm going to choose my location as US2. Okay, come down authentication method. I'm going to choose use SQL authentication. I'm going to give my username, and make sure whenever you give your password, you have to remember it. Okay, so I have given the password as well. So let me go ahead and create it. Okay, that's done. So they're asking me another option, want to use SQL Elastic Pool. I'm going to choose that for no now. I'm going to choose that no. We are going to create a separate Elastic Pool for this one. And we're going to choose it for development. And now we'll come down and we'll choose the pricing tiers for this single database one. So I'm going to choose general purpose for this one, and we need a provisioned one. So I'll come down. We can see here the data max size. We'll choose it as default itself. I'll go ahead and click on apply. Come down, click on networking, no access. Make sure this is all default. Go here, enable Microsoft Define for SQL. We don't need that. I'm going to choose as no, not now. Come down, next. Tax is you can give it for your checking your costs. No. So we'll go ahead and create this SQL database. So we'll wait for some time to get provisioned. So it takes for around like 3 to 4 minutes to get created. So we'll go ahead and come back after this has been created. Okay, so we are back. Now we can see that your deployment is completed. Message is being shown. So we'll go to a resource. Now, as you can see here, we are here. As it shows here, the status is online, and our server name is also given over here. We'll go and click on this one. Now we can see that our single database has been created. Now inside this database, I'm going to create another database inside this server. So I'll click on create database, and I'll come down. Okay, click on database. Okay, I'll come down. I'm going to give a database name, DB102. Okay, so that should be good. Same under the same server. Again, they're asking me same Elastic Pool. No. And making sure here we'll choose the standard DTU model. So I'm going to choose standard DTU model with the same default settings. We'll come down and we'll go ahead next networking, next security, not now, next, and we'll go ahead and create this one under the same server. So let it validate for some time. Now we'll wait for some time. So it's giving a message over here saying that initializing deployment. So we'll wait for this one to get provisioned. Okay, so we'll go ahead and create our third database. So until that's as DB102 is being created, we'll create another database. So under the same subscription, I'll create another database 103, DB103, and I want to give something new name for this server. I'm not going to create the same server. I'm going to give another server name, so as DB102. Okay, the location will be US2 application. I'll go ahead and give my authentication details, give my password that I have chosen earlier. Okay, go ahead, create it. Okay, so we can see here the new server database name. Yes, want to use new SQL? No. And now I'm going to choose my pricing tier, general purpose, provisioned. Now this one, let it be database max size. It can be 32. Okay, it's fine. Okay, next, and we'll choose not now. Next, stacks reviews, and we'll go ahead and create our third database. So our third database has been created. So we'll go and check which all database has been created. So as we can see over here, DB101 is inside our server, DB server 101, DB102 is inside our server 101 again, and DB103 is inside our another server, DB SVR102, which has general purpose, standard, and general purpose. So now we'll go ahead and create our SQL Elastic Pool. So we'll put these 101 and 102 inside an Elastic Pool. So I'll go ahead and create an SQL Elastic Pool. I'll click on create. So again, same subscription, same resource group. I'll give an elastic pool name as elastic pool demo. That's good. Okay, so server, now make sure guys, now when you're creating your server, I will put it inside the same DB server 101. So when you create, you have to make sure when configuring that these two ones, that's the database 101 and 102 that we have created earlier, it should be inside the same server. So it's DB 101. Okay, so that's good to go. And now I'll click on configure this elastic pool. So we'll choose our tier. So now we can see here a hyperscale, general purpose, business critical, everything's available. But right now I just want the general purpose. So I'll click ahead, click general purpose, and I'll click the same default, click on apply, click on next. Before I click on, let me just check. Yeah, so that's good. Yes, so I'll click on next, next, leave all of this as it is, next. So let me wait for some time, and 1, 2, 3, let me click on create this elastic pool. So you can see here your deployment is complete message has been shown. So our SQL elastic pool has been successfully created. So I'll click on go to resource. Yes, so it is under the server 101. So we'll go ahead and check my SQL database. So now you can check over here. Yes, correct. So now we'll go to our elastic pool once again. So this is the one that we have created. So now I'll click on configure so that I want to add this database 101 and 102 into this. So let this be as it is. Now let me check this service tier. Let this one be as it is. Let it be default. Let me go ahead and click on database. Now here, click on add database. Now, as you can see here, the database 101 and 102 is here. That is, we have created this one earlier. And also you can see that 103 is not in this one. Why? Is because it is inside our another server that is SVR 102. So that's why it's not being shown here. So we'll click on apply. Now you can see it's been over here, applied here. And also you can add DB103 into this server, but by migrating into another logical server into the same elastic pool. But we don't need to do that. Why? Is because we are going to be demonstrating only these two databases in this demo. So I'll click on go ahead and click on save. Okay, now we have seen here that's the database 101 and 102 is saying is your deployment is complete. So we'll click on go to resource. Now, as you can see here, server name is over here. So DBSVR 101. Come down over here, elastic pool. So now it's saying online elastic pool is ready. So this one is good. Now we'll go to our database. Now, as you can see over here, our database 101 and 102 database is inside our database server 101 and same server. It has been now categorized as elastic general purpose. So they are inside the same elastic pool and they will be sharing the same CPU memory storage inside the same, so that there is no other, there's no separate CPU memory storage being shared. So they are inside the same elastic pool. Now we'll go and scale our DB103 database. So I'll click on DB103. So it's inside DB SVR102 server. Now we can click on this option over here, compute plus storage. So if I click on that, I can scale my database. So over here, if I click on provisioned serverless, so I can scale this database however I want to. And I'll click on general purpose. I have business critical standard premium, but I'll just choose general purpose. Now, if I want, I can make it 30, 40. And also, while you're adjusting or scaling this data max size, you can see that the estimated cost per month is being changed. So as higher the number of data GB storage goes, is the higher number of cost I will get. So I'll choose as only for like something like for my demo, I'm going to just choose 21. Is it fine? Or well, let me do one thing. Let me change the vCores to 8 and this one can be something like 32. Yes. So I'll go ahead and click on apply. Yes, click on apply. So over here, you can see the message being generated in our notification saying scale database in progress, scaling from general purpose 2 vCore 32 GB to standard 8 vCore. So 8 vCores we are moving it to. It was 2 vCore previously. Now we are scaling up to 8 vCores. Okay, so the message has been generated, scaling operation completed. As you can see here, yes, we got the notification saying scale database success. Now this one is having 8 vCores. Previously it was 2 vCores. So now that is what I wanted to show you, how we can create these two servers inside an elastic pool and how we can put the third database inside and separate in a separate server. And also we can scale, how we can scale this database 103 and give its own separate storage for it. Now, another important thing, while I have created this demo, I want to delete this. So if you are using your credit card or your own account for in your default directory, make sure that you can go to your resource group and click on delete. but I don't have a resource group. I'm using as I said earlier, I'm using the Microsoft Learn Sandbox group. So I don't want to delete this one. So I'll go ahead and click on all services, or I should say SQL databases. So I'll go ahead and delete these. And what you have to do is click on resource group and you can delete them. And let me just enter delete to make sure all the 3 databases being deleted. Let me click on delete. After you have deleted this, then you won't be charged anything. Okay. Okay, so executed delete command on 3 selected items. Okay, so we have successfully deleted the databases that we have created. So that's all I wanted to show in this demo. Thank you.
Welcome to LWP Labs. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to view free Azure DevOps live classes. And for more videos like this, please contact the number shown in the description. Happy learning!